Alright, so what's up guys, it's Matterz, and again, yesterday's trailer gave us a lot of stuff in the form of these remade, remastered maps from past Call of Duties within Zombies, and I want to really talk about that, and really talk about the possibility of seeing them within Revelations, or separate within some sort of DLC pack, some sort of downloadable pack, and talking about the evidence we have now that the map pack actually is out. Well, it's out, but like it's actually sort of out to the public of what DLC 4 actually is, whether or not we can still see remaster maps coming very soon, because obviously we'll go through the fact that it won't be a part of DLC 4. DLC 4 will not be Resurrection 2.0, but I still want to talk about this because there still is a bunch of stuff to talk about regarding these remastered maps, and maybe seeing them alongside the season pass and anything else Treyarch could possibly do to give us these remastered maps. But we're also going to be going forward and talking about as well that it could just be for Revelations, and it could just be what they're doing for the new DLC map. So that being said, if we can go for a pretty insane like goal, 800 likes, that'd be greatly appreciated. This is probably our last hope for remaster maps for Black Ops 3 Zombies, so if we can hit that like goal, that'd be so freaking insane. Last night's video, our like goal was like 1,000 likes or something, and we're almost at like 900 likes, so thank you guys so much for that. That's insane. That was a pretty big video, and I know that was a lot of spoilers and whatnot, but again, had to do it. It was the news, and most of that was the outro as well, so obviously that's that. But now we're gonna be going over something a lot of people want to talk about and hear about, which is remastered maps. So I want to start off here by going through just, you know, what we saw within the trailer yesterday, because obviously I've talked about remastered maps time and time again. We looked at the code, we had Kino within the code, Origins within the code, Ascension within the code, all of these different maps we've seen remastered maps talked about because of the menu for Black Ops 3 Zombies. We've seen remastered maps talked about on so many different occasions. The Salvation poster originally hinting at Zombies because it was an only Zombies map pack poster, so we're like, oh wait, this poster for the map pack is only showing Zombies, maybe we'll see the whole map pack as Zombies. So we had so many hints leading up to this, and then we saw this trailer yesterday, and we were just like, wait, what the hell? We're seeing freaking remaster maps, and within this trailer, you don't necessarily see Revelations per se. You really don't see Revelations. Most of this stuff is just the remaster maps. So let's start here again. In the beginning, I'm gonna play through these cuts. We're gonna just play them through. I'll rotate them just so you guys can see them in quick successions here. First one, most likely, obviously, is Origins. You're seeing a different theme as well. These are remade and remastered because they're not the exact look of the old remaster maps. You know, they're slightly altered, they're slightly changed, they're a lot darker, and then they have this blue light in the background. The blue light, obviously, is like this thing that the Shadow Man summoned, and it's like the energy that's feeding the Apothicons, and that's something we figured out today within the intro cutscene, but that's besides the point. That's just why the colors are different and why the lighting is different, because they're specifically remastered, remade maps, and these are not shots from the old game. These are shots from the new game, Black Ops 3. So next one here, moving through, is obviously Nocturne Toten, and I want to throw this in as well because we have this shot of Nocturne Toten, but also within the intro cutscene that we saw today, I'm going to show you guys a shot of Zombies, Red-Eyed Zombies, which is a whole nother storyline video to make probably later today or tomorrow or something. Red-Eyed Zombies actually running through this location, so not only do we have Nocturne within this remastered trailer, whatever, and it's all different and whatnot, within the video today where we saw the zombies run through, you can actually see in the background above this huge blue light, all these Apothicons in the sky, obviously confirming that yes, this map is in a different sort of timeline, a different sort of dimension. It's the same map that we saw, and people were saying like, oh, what if it's like the transit Nocturne Toten? No, it's a completely different Nocturne Toten in a different time period, but it's the same exact thing. You see the stairs, you see it's obviously Nocturne Toten. Now, a lot of people were so excited about that. It was pretty crazy yesterday. But again, moving through. Next one here, obviously the cell block, or the cell house. It's called Mob of the Dead. Obviously, I think there's one more Mob of the Dead one from the infirmary, but we'll look at that in a second. And again, Mob of the Dead, something we have seen hinted at time and time again within Black Ops 3 Zombies. There's just so much storyline information that hints back at Mob of the Dead. The blood vials, the plane, stuff with Shadows of Evil. There's now stuff with the Red-Eyed Zombies being within Mob of the Dead, Garage Trophy, and now also Revelations, which is just so freaking weird. I don't understand what's going on with that. But again, so much Mob of the Dead lore, so it would make sense to have a Mob of the Dead sort of remaster map within this mix here. And again, guys, keep in mind, I'm going to go through these maps, and then after I go through the maps, we're going to talk about whether or not it's possible that this is just only part of Revelations, or that's a part of an actual separate season pass sort of pack that we get actual individual maps. I'll talk about why that could be the case and why that's not the case, but just keep in mind that's what we're going to be talking about in a second. But We still have a couple more maps here to look at. Another one, this is a huge one that people pointed out yesterday. Kino Dorchoten. This was such a sick comparison, honestly, because this is the map that really changed the most. Like, all of the other remaster maps that we saw within this trailer, like, they were slightly altered. Not really, honestly. They looked very similar, but this is crazy. Kino, overgrown with trees and grass, and everything's so different, but you can make it out. You have the teleporter, you have the top film reel projector thing, I guess the pack punch room and whatnot. You have below the main center alleyway, the mystery box with the little board. You have a Bowie knife on the wall, confirming that we will be able to play in the area because there is a wall by there. That's another thing as well. These maps aren't just for a storyline trailer, and I talked about this yesterday. This is something that we're actually going to move around because they wouldn't just put a wall by within a storyline trailer. And if you're thinking like, oh yeah, but there's a wall by within Kino in the original Kino map, but that's wrong because that wall by is in a different location from when it exactly was in Kino. In Kino, that wall by was a different area. It was on a different wall. This one, it's a different wall for Black Ops 3. It's completely remade, and Richtofen standing, I'm pretty sure it's Richtofen standing there, or some random character, one of the Origins characters. It looks like we're going to be playing on these maps, and again, a lot of explaining to do on how that will work and whatnot, and we still really don't know what Revelations is, honestly. We don't know if it's a mixture of all the maps. We don't know if these are separate. It's honestly insane, but again, just confirming there with the wall by being there, how it's different and how it's a remade for Black Ops 3, that yes, we will be actually like playing and moving around on these remaster maps, and whatever shape or form we actually do that, it's gonna be pretty insane, just because of the fact that, you know, we're actually gonna play on these maps. Whether or not it's just for a room or so, it's gonna be sick to actually just run through the movie theater of Kino and like a cell block on Mob of the Dead and stuff like that. It's just gonna be so freaking crazy. So obviously that's pretty insane, confirming there that yes, we will be actually moving around, playing, buying weapons, and training zombies on parts of these, or holes of these whole remaster maps that we're seeing within the trailer. So next one here, obviously this looked like Zetsubou, but people were saying it's Mob of the Dead, and honestly it's either Mob of the Dead or Zetsubou. It looks more like Mob of the Dead, honestly, but we're, you know, yeah, it's Mob of the Dead. I don't know why they would put Zetsubou in the trailer. I mean, Zetsubou was a pretty big part of the storyline, honestly. Going to get the blood vials for every single one of the characters before Grog Trophy, like, it was a pretty intense thing. It wasn't the best map, but it was cool. But I think more than likely this is Mob of the Dead we're seeing here. And it just looks similar to Zetsubou because of like sort of the caterpillar thing, where I forgot what it's called, the cocoon thing, that's what it is, being there. It's similar to Zetsubou in the basement area, if you guys remember. But no, that is Mob of the Dead. Moving through again, have a bunch of other stuff here regarding these remastered maps. You have one more here with Der Eisendrache. That was probably the most surprising one, because we saw Der Eisendrache within the code, obviously, and it was Der Eisendrache, Kino, Ascension, and Origins. So we were like, okay, Kino, Ascension, Origins makes sense. Old maps. If we see them remastered, that'd be cool. That makes sense. You know, they're bringing them back. Really important for the storyline and whatever. But Der Eisendrache, we were just like, wait. We just saw Der Eisendrache for Black Ops 3, DLC 1. Obviously, it's not going to be remastered. And if you think about it, Der Eisendrache, they put it within the code again. So why would they put this map within the code again? If it's for a storyline trailer, they don't need to put it within the code. Obviously, this is going to be a map that we're going to be able to play in, or at least one of these rooms here, we're going to be able to move around. And you can see it, evidently, it's like exploded. You have all these like rocks and stuff falling down from the left side of the image here, and it's all broken down. And you can see, obviously, the anti-gravity is in motion right now. You see the same sort of gatekeeper stuff on the I guess, holding up the center area around that little area there in the, I guess, lower area of Der Eisendrache, whatever you want to call that stuff, anti-gravity room. But again, obviously another confirmation that yes, Der Eisendrache, weirdly enough, will be a part of this map, or will be a remaster as well for this game. And now Der Eisendrache, the fact that it's being there, it sort of degrades the value of us seeing separate remaster maps, because if you think about it, we're seeing Der Eisendrache, and we're seeing all these other maps. Why would all these other maps be remastered? Then you just have randomly Der Eisendrache. Obviously, they're not gonna, like, let's say they release DLC 5. There's obviously not going to be Der Eisendrache remaster map within DLC 5, so the fact that they have this here sort of makes it like, oh, maybe they're not going to do like any remaster maps at all for like a separate individual pack or season pass add-on or something like that. That really gives it, like, I don't know, it's not really that good if you're hoping for remaster maps. So again, we'll talk about it in a second, but that's really that. And there's really one last one, sort of. I'm pretty sure everyone's been saying this was Shangri-La. The only thing I have, this is like the pack punch area in the first room of Shangri-La where you go up the stairs. But the thing is, the stairs are really wide and they're sort of like short. They're not as tall as I would think. So again, I guess that makes sense because Shangri-La obviously being remastered, remade for Black Ops 3, they're going to change stuff up, they're going to make stuff, you know, just because they want to, and just because they can, there's storyline reasons for it, or whatever they're going to do with Revelations and these remastered maps, you know, they changed up, you know, Shangri-La for whatever reason they did, but again, you can obviously tell that is Shangri-La. But here's the part where it gets pretty interesting, because all of these remastered maps we see within the trailer, they're cool and whatnot, but are they going to be actual remaster maps? And today, we finally saw, I'll put it up on screen, I mentioned it at the beginning of the video, but I'm going to show you the image up on screen now, that obviously DLC 4, most likely we saw, and we were predicting this, and we just sort of had this like shed of hope, and like, we were like, oh, please do it, but obviously no. Mob of the Dead, multiplayer maps, I don't even know what I'm saying, multiplayer maps, again, will be a part of this map pack. Salvation, 4 multiplayer maps, 1 zombies map, Revelations. So that really comes as a bummer, obviously, because everyone wants to see that. Like, everyone wants to see that. I know I was making videos, we were talking about the possibilities. Obviously, that is not the case anymore. But is it still possible? Think about it. Is it still possible for us to see anything else? Here are the 2 explanations as of now. 2 different chances. 1, these remastered maps, which is the most logical explanation, are just going to be a part of Revelations. And I'll talk about that more in depth in a second, because we don't know if that's going to be just Revelations. We don't know if these remaster maps are going to be certain parts and side missions of Revelations. Maybe like outside the map you get to go through some of these maps. So we're still going to see remaster maps regardless. Like, these maps are being remastered regardless, which is obviously insane. I think people are missing the point that these are being remastered regardless, whether or not they're individual maps or whether or not they're part of Revelations. It's pretty sick that we're seeing these maps again. So definitely be grateful and happy for that. I definitely am as well. Like, I can't wait to run through Kino and Noct and Mob of the Dead and different origins. Like, that's gonna be pretty sick. But obviously what we want are like just straight up individual remaster maps for these individual maps that we saw within the trailer. So Origins, Kino, Mob of the Dead, Ascension, random stuff like that, you know, that's what we want individually to see within the game. Now, the chances are so freaking slim, but here are the chances. So we can see it on the side of these season pass. So someone made the point, the Gaming Revolution actually made a point today, and he tweeted out like, oh, you know, the reveal and the release for DLC 4, September 6th, it's pretty early, because some people thought it would be late September, and they still sort of have time. Treyarch still has time to sort of squeeze in one last thing for zombies before Infinite Warfare actually comes out. Obviously, they're going to be doing mod tools and stuff, so Treyarch's still going to be releasing content throughout Infinite Warfare, so why would they not release any more content for these remaster maps? So maybe, like I said, and this is what I have been saying, instead of seeing it for DLC 4, as I said, there was another possibility. What if we just saw on the side of the season pass, or for like $5 or $4 or $6 each, we saw a remaster map that you can just download on the side, not part of a map pack, just a random update, you know, just like an update, like a pretty huge update, but just a random update, where it's like, okay guys, you can get Origins remastered for Black Ops 3, not DLC 5, nothing like that, just a remaster map on the side. Either you get it with Season Pass for free, or you pay for it. I don't think it would really matter. I just want to see that. And I think that's the only slim chance. It's probably not going to happen, but it's the only slim chance that we can actually see these remaster maps individually come. And obviously, we're already seeing remaster maps, like I said, which is sick, but that's the only chance we can really see them individually. Maybe mod tools will be huge as well, but we're talking about just like Treyarch produced straight up remaster maps. And other than that, there's really nothing else I can say, honestly. At this point, it looks like it's probably just going to be a part of Revelations. Now, I want to talk about that in a second as well. Revelations, again, is it going to be what we want to be? I think that, like, obviously within the trailer, and within the intro cutscene today, we saw Noct, and within the trailer yesterday, we saw a ton of different remaster maps, obviously remade for Black Ops 3, especially Kino. Kino was vastly changed for Black Ops 3. But, like, are we going to see, like, more of what we saw? Is it just going to be the Kino movie theater? Is it just going to be that room, and then that's it? Or are we going to see, like, a couple more rooms at least, a couple more different things? So, at least, you know, although we're not getting remaster maps a part of DLC 4 and whatnot, and there's no Resurrection 2.0, at least we get a couple of rooms to really bring us back to these old maps and really, like, give us those memories that I guess we really wanted with a Resurrection 2.0 or a DLC 5 or DLC 4, whatever. So, if they do that, that'll be sick. But again, within the trailer, and it seems as if that we're just going to see one room from Kino, one room from Noct, one room from Mob of the Dead, and that's really it. And that sort of does suck, honestly, because, again, there are remaster maps. We're seeing remaster maps, but we're not seeing the whole maps, and we're not seeing them individually. So it's a really interesting topic. It's really weird. So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about this. Hope you guys did enjoy. That's really it. I don't think there's anything else we can really ever say about remaster maps at this point. It's either they give us the maps alongside the season pass, or we just see them in Revelations, and that's that. We just have to wait for mod tools. And again, guys, mod tools are going to be huge. Wait for mod tools. It's going to be an insane thing with mod tools, and we're probably going to see even better remasters of these maps. So it's not the end of the line. It's not like we're never going to see remaster maps again. I assure you, probably by the end of a few years, every single map will be remastered in mod tools, and it will be so much better than what Treyarch would have given us. And because they can just do whatever they want. These modders can literally put whatever they want in the game. It's going to happen, guys. So it may take a bit longer, but it's definitely going to happen. I heard someone right now is doing a remaster of Kino, apparently, which is sick. But yeah, it sucks that we're not seeing them right now, a part of Resurrection, but that's really it. That's all we can say. So again, thank you guys for watching. We're seeing remaster maps, but most likely only for Revelation. So let me know what you guys think about that. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you're watching right now, put a comment below just for one last time. Put a comment below if you're watching right now, DLC 5. One last time, man. That's probably gonna be it. Probably gonna be the last video about remaster maps, which is so sad, but that's it. This is the last video I can possibly make. This is the last video we can talk about anything. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. Put a comment below DLC 5. I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.